Welcome back everyone to the channel for another video. This is Q50 Beast. Today we'll be taking a look at the 2014 Nissan Safariz 370z. This is a rally car, but we switched everything up and we're gonna put this thing on the drag strip. It's your typical 370z, just set up for the rally. You see how tall the car is standing up. You know, that was a bugaboo for me, but we did the best we can to get this car as low as possible and as fast as possible. It's totally set up for racing, has a roll cage, has nice downforce. Let's just go ahead and get into it so we can show you what we got out of it. All right, so going over to the conversions, engines, we went with a 7.2 liter V8. The stock engine sounded pretty cool and I started to go there, but we're going with this 7.2 so we can put some big power down. We left this car rear wheel drive and we went with twin turbos on this build, twin turbos. All right, so we have a race fuel system, race ignition, race engine block, and we upgraded those twin turbos. We have a race intercooler and we're also going with the race flywheel. All right, so moving over to the brakes, we went with race brakes. I assume the car has rally suspension. As you see, it's sitting up pretty high. We had drift suspension, but we went on and stayed with the rally suspension. Let me know if you selected the drift suspension and let me know how it works. All right, so going over to the front anti-roll bars, we went race, and rear anti-roll bars, we went race. We did a full weight reduction on the car to make it as light as possible. And our clutch, we went with the race clutch. 4-speed drift transmission for this one, a race drive line, and a race differential. All right, so moving over to the tires, we went with drag tires for this drag build. And the front wheel, we left it narrow at 205. And the rear, we went 295s. All right, so pick the lightest wheels you like. We went with these. We thought they looked pretty good with the paint scheme. And for the front wheels, we went with 19, so I can kind of fill that wheel well up as much as possible. And we did the same with the rear 19s. Try to take away some of that space. Rear track width, we went all the way wide as well as the front. So for the tire pressure, we went 31.5 for the front tire and 15 for the rear. 220 gears, 329 first gear, 209 second gear, 142 third gear, and 1 for the final gear. Alignment, the rear camber, we went with 0. Front anti-roll bars we left alone, and the rear we went with 65. All right, so for the springs, we went all the way soft in the front and all the way hard in the rear. All right, so ride height, this is as low as we could get the car, 8.2 in the front and 8.7 in the rear to keep it from spinning. Dampening, all the way soft in the front for rebound stiffness and all the way hard in the rear. Bump stiffness, we went with 20 in the front and 1.3 in the rear. Aero, front aero, we went 48 all the way towards speed, and rear we went 50 towards speed. We did nothing with brake, nothing with differential. Here's the share code if you're interested in the tune. Pretty simple and easy launch, and this thing is off to the races. It looks really cool from back here. Very smooth through the gears, a little chirp up in first, but we get through those gears pretty easily. And look what kind of speed we're putting down, 206.22 in a half of a mile. This is what the car looks like inside. It looks like a drag car. It looks pretty cool. We got those lights hanging out there. It sounds really good. It looks like the drift version, pretty much. It looks really good. Let's go ahead and get a launch, and this thing moves out. It performs extremely well. With this 7.2 liter and this light body, it performs. Those snap, crackle, and pops sound really good when we break the car down. But it's a really good drag car. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put this thing in a quarter of a mile, see what we can get out of it. Simple and easy launch. And we are off to the races, small chirps, and this thing moves. The roll cage looks really good from here. The paint color looks really good as well. The exhaust, and look at that speed we were able to put down. And this was what the car looks like when we leave. Almost comes up in the air. And this thing, it looks pretty cool. I hope you guys enjoyed this wild and wacky build. And if you have, please like, share, subscribe. This is Q50 Beast.